Every Saturday, the Gotham Gazette includes a small lifestyles piece called Gotham Is. In the column, random Gothamites are asked to complete the sentence Gotham Is using 3 words or less. The Gazette has been running the Gotham Is column for years, ever since I was a boy. Here are some of the words used to describe Gotham the past few weeks. Damned, cursed, bedlam, murderous. Gotham is villainous. Gotham is a losing game. Gotham is hopeless. You're all ours now. No way out, bats. There's no place like home. Once in a while, someone names one of the city's villains as their answer to the Gotham Is question. Usually it's some kid, a teenager going for shock value. But now and then someone actually tries to make the argument that the city is best reflected in its villains. For example, Gotham is Two-Face, meaning Gotham is a city at odds with itself. Or Gotham is Killer Croc, meaning the city is little more than a cannibalistic monster. I've seen a few Mr. Freezes, 2 Black Masks. Lately I've seen a couple new names appear too. But for me, Gotham's criminals, whether old or new, will never define this city, because in the end, they're simple and cowardly, ruled by predictable desires. Granted, now and then one of them will do something that catches even me off guard. Something particularly depraved or twisted. There you are! And here I was beginning to think you were going to die without even saying goodbye! You ready to do this? Oh, always so serious. Fine then. Let's cut to the punchline! Joker, what are you doing, you turncoat piece of... Behind you. Got him. Of course, one of the most common answers to the Gotham Is question is Batman. Gotham is Batman. Gotham is Batman City. Gotham is the Bat. All answers I'm partial to myself. Still, I like to think a vote for Batman is a broader affirmation. A vote for all of Gotham's heroes. A vote for the GCPD. Honest, tireless men like Commissioner Jim Gordon. I still don't understand. A full-scale breakout with no warning? It wasn't a breakout. I've been investigating a weak link at Arkham Asylum. A guard named Matthews. I was coming for him. He sprang the doors to stop me. Not Dan Matthews! He's one of the best men on payroll there! I've known him since he was an academy boy. He's got a father with health problems, a divorce looming. He and Belle are getting divorced? I had no idea. Neither does she. Jeez, who's the new pal? Cocktail waitress, iceberg lounge, impressive sheet of her own. And you found him out how? You had a man on the inside? Something like that. Dan Matthews on the take at Arkham. There's nobody the scum of Gotham can't get to, is there? I wouldn't say that. One more thing. On the CC footage, it almost looks like you're fighting alongside the Joker. Tell me that'd be ridiculous. That'd be ridiculous, Jim. That's what I figured. Just a simple trick of the light. So, it's true. You do actually practice brooding. I always suspected. I'm working. With the computer off. Satisfied? Impressed. It's a new system I'm testing. A contact lens with a remote access processor linked to the computer down here. And Dick, take off the EMP mask. Believe me, I've been dying to. I just wanted to make sure you disconnected it from the mainframe first. So, a contact lens with remote access? Meaning anywhere you go, the Batcave goes with you? Now that sounds healthy. We should go. For what it's worth, how'd I do as him? Are you asking me if you were convincing as a homicidal maniac, Dick? I suppose I am. Then yes, as a matter of fact, you were. Score one for Alfred's School of Acting. Still, I can't believe you left me in there an extra day. I needed to be sure it was Matthews. Besides, with all you've been shouldering lately, I figured you could use the day off. A day off? In Arkham. Only you, Bruce. Only you. Finally. Dick Grayson, former Robin, current Nightwing, access level high. It's a who's who of Gotham in there. Facial recognition, go. Facial recognition algorithm activating. Tim Drake, former Robin, current Red Robin, Teen Titans member, access level high. Damian Wayne, current Robin, access level high. Tell me he's not using facial rec for the party. The party? He's using it to remember who you are, Drake. And zing. Run diagnostic. And you call yourself a detective. Lately, I've been asking myself the Gotham is question a lot. What is Gotham City to me, Bruce Wayne? In a single word. Home? Family? Purpose? But the truth, the real truth is, I couldn't answer the question. But then I remembered something, friends. I remembered something my father, Thomas Wayne, used to say to me before bed sometimes. Back when I was a boy and I'd had a bad day. When I'd fallen down a hole in the ground or skinned my knee. At the end of a day like that, he'd pat my head and he'd say, "Bruce, tomorrow is one dream away." That was his phrase. Sentimental, I know, but still, it worked for me. Now, as most of you know, my father died when I was just a boy. He was gunned down, along with my mother, in Crime Alley across town. And as you can imagine, the days following his death were the worst days of my life. Days of anger and fear and sadness. Still, that phrase, my father's phrase, "Tomorrow is one dream away," it kept coming back to me. And deep down I knew, much as it hurt right then, things would get better. Now why am I telling you this? Well, friends, my point is this. When circumstances are challenging or frightening, asking ourselves what our city is pointless. Because all we will see when we look around at the buildings and streets will be our own fears, our own frustrations, our own demons. But if we stop looking to the present and the past, and instead we look to the future, if we ask ourselves what can be, what will be, tomorrow, then we're asking the right question. Because to hope, to dream, to predict is to shape the city yourself, rather than to be shaped by it. So, putting my money where my mouth is, next month, Wayne Enterprises will begin investing, aggressively and immediately, in Gotham's future. Working with various domestic design firms, we've already set in motion an initiative to rebuild some of Gotham's most derelict industrial neighborhoods. From there, we plan on moving boldly to expand and modernize Gotham's public transit system. I cannot tell you how excited, how hopeful I am about these plans. Much more will be revealed in the coming days, but for now, I ask you to do this. Look past what Gotham was, what Gotham is, and imagine with me, just for a moment, Gotham as it will be. Thank you. Now, what I ask of you, friends, is to invest with me. Invest in Gotham's future. Because I promise you, if we can all do that, together, a better, brighter Gotham is one dream away. Alfred Pennyworth, caretaker, Wayne Estate, access level, highest. Well done, Master Bruce. Inspiring, though thank you, Alfred. Though you did fail to mention the myriad of new bat bunkers you'll be building throughout the city. Must have slipped my mind. Next presentation, maybe. Bruce, there you are! Vicky Vale, reporter for the Gotham Gazette. So first you fund the digitizing of the Gazette, now you're rebuilding half the city. I'd say you were Gotham's own man of tomorrow. That is, if I wasn't already saying he is. Lincoln March, Bruce Wayne. Lincoln is running for mayor. Yes, I know. And March Venture. You underwrote Leslie Tompkins' satellite clinic on the east side, didn't you? Lincoln March, COO March Venture. Current Gotham City mayoral candidate. Wow, I'm impressed. Any friend of Leslie's, does that mean I have your vote? That depends. Do I have yours? On this, I'm certainly interested. Can I ask how many investors you have lined up already? You can ask. That many? Like I said, we've been aggressive in our efforts to recruit partners. Luckily, the response has been largely enthusiastic. Well, all kidding aside, I really am interested in playing a part, Bruce. Can we set something up? Of course. What do you have in mind? Breakfast or lunch? We could... Lip read, go. I'm sorry. Go on. Lip read activating. Ocular targeting to... I was just saying I'm enthusiastic to... How many stab wounds? God. All right, I'll be right down. Just give me 10 minutes to escape from Planet of the Crepes. Crepe. It's a pancake. Never mind. Bruce! I'm sorry, what? I was saying I could do as early as tomorrow. Lunch? Talk about your plans? Of course, tomorrow. Alfred, set it up, will you? Now if you'll excuse me for a moment, Lincoln. I need to get some air. No, you rank stooges, prop the weather top first. Raindrops! Evidence! No match! Jeez, they throw 'em stupid nowadays. Hello, Harvey. Back to stealth mode, I see. Come on, let's go look at some art. The landlord found him on a routine rent run. He went by the name Sam Striggs, but when we ran it, turned out to be a phony. Guy has no credible ID in the apartment. Nothing on his prints. He paid everything in cash. True blue John Doe. Evidence points to a TOD 5, maybe 6 days ago, when someone decided to use him as a human dartboard. Thing is, whoever did it missed every one of John Doe's major arteries on purpose, meaning they wanted to hurt him very badly for a long, long time. The pot stickers are antique throwing knives, professional grade. The grooves are filled with mercury for steadier flight. I'd like to take one. Hell, it's not like we're gonna run out. Make anything of the symbol? It's an owl. Har har. I meant, do you think it has anything to do with the old wives' tale about the I know what you meant. Run DNA analysis. Looks like skin beneath the victim's fingernails. Possibly the killer's. Running AMP FLP now. What? What is it? Give me your cigar. My cigar? That smell is linseed oil, a common paint thinner, but the intensity is too strong. So our guy spilled a can of paint thinner. So what? Maybe. Or maybe he was using it to leave a last message, a warning before he was murdered. Bruce Wayne will die tomorrow. Well, John Doe wasn't any Nostradamus, that's for sure. I'm just saying if our time of death for him was a week ago, the tomorrow he thought would be Wayne's last day already came and went. So Wayne's in the clear. Unless John Doe knew when he'd be found. You said the landlord was making a routine run. I assume he always came on the second Friday of the month, so it's possible our victim knew he was going to die, knew he was going to be found today, and so left a warning that whoever killed him would be coming after Wayne next. Then to the killer I say good luck. Wayne's security has security. Anyone going to take a crack at the guy is going to have to be someone close. Someone in Wayne's circle would be my guess. Makes you almost feel bad for the guy. Almost. I know you and Wayne are pals and all that, but guys like Wayne, they don't get how the city works the way we do. I mean, I listened to his speech tonight on the radio, all about what Gotham is and was and will be. When it comes to Gotham, though, quiet. You're sure? Quite, sir. The skin cells beneath the victim's fingernails came back a perfect match. Look, I didn't mean to knock your boy Wayne. I'm just saying, my view is when it comes to Gotham, you don't know it, brother. It knows you. And the moment you think otherwise, the moment you get too comfortable, that's when it stabs you right in the back.
DNA match, Dick Grayson.
Because above everything, Gotham is a mystery.
The original Wayne Tower. If you came to Gotham City today, right now, and took a tour of the building, here are some things your guide would tell you. The tower was constructed in 1888 under the watch of my great-great-grandfather, Alan Wayne. He built the tower to serve as a symbol of welcome to people coming to Gotham. And, as your guide will point out, from the ground up, it's designed to give visitors like you the feeling that they're cared for and protected. For example, your guide will say, the building has 12 gargoyles, or guardians, as Alan insisted they be called, one to watch over each passageway into the city. The 5 guardians at the first tier were placed there to watch over the 5 original gateways into Gotham, the 3 bridges and 2 tunnels. Higher up the tower is a ring of 7 guardians, one to protect each of the 7 train lines that converge at Union Station, below Wayne Tower's base. And at the top of the tower is the observation deck, which Alan insisted remain free and open to the public every weekend all year round. For the windows, Alan demanded that only the best glass be used, a kind of double-bonded laminated float glass designed to be crystal quality, weatherproof, and most important, unbreakable. Unbreakable, that is, unless, like the assassin who just kicked me through them, you know how to hit the glass just right. The throwing knives are perfectly placed too, lodged tight in my brachial arteries. The pain and blood loss make it almost impossible to grab onto anything to break my fall. Make impact at the edge of the plate, rather than the center, where it's designed to bend and flex. Impossible to do anything except bleed and drop, and watch the city rise up to greet me. 24 hours earlier.
I'm positive I hit him with 2 pounds of Semtex. 2 pounds!
Say what you want, I'll spike the ball when we're over the harbor. Our guy is supposed to be waiting just past the straits to take the statues.
Why are we going so damn slow? I thought this thing was supposed to cruise at 200 knots.
It is, but he destroyed the coaxial with that bat thing. You want faster? Dump a few of the pretty ladies.
But our guy sat all 10 of these things from the Hellenistic wing. 10!
He isn't the one about to go down in the middle of the avenue. Start tossing them!
Hell, I never was much for pale girls anyhow. And at least these ones won't scream. Ah! He got Rolf! What are you doing, man? Get the hell away from him! Turn!
Shut up! The bat wants to play chicken? Let's play chicken. What's he doing? He wouldn't.
Torn! I can't, the damn alley's too narrow!
Sir, Commissioner Gordon has arrived at the morgue. Noted, Alfred. Shall I assume you won't be back for the autopsy? I can power down the I'll be there. But, sir, I have you all the way over on... Relax. This'll only take a moment.
I'm afraid there's little more to relay than the obvious. Our John Doe was stabbed multiple times, likely in an act of torture. Died from the oral wound here, which caused him to hemorrhage into his own throat.
Choked on his own blood. Ah, Gotham. Pleasant as ever.
I should be going. They're waiting on me down in Burns. Hit the lights on.
On my way out. Bill, don't you think I know the drill by now?
Night, Commissioner.
Well? You there?
I'm here, Jim. Step back.
Well, that's colorful. It work?
Ready.
So what we have is a genuine mystery man. Paid his rent in cash, no identification in the place. We checked his DNA against state and federal. Not one ping. We know nothing about him, except he made a pretty decent dartboard for someone.
Here, there's extensive scar tissue around the ribs and abdomen. Calcification at his brow, side of his skull.
Ah, the pugilist beauty marks. You think our John Doe is a fighter in his glory days?
Maybe, but he's got more callous material around his palms and wrists than his knuckles. Defensive scarring.
A trainer?
There are scars along his forearms, common injuries from swordplay.
So the guy is a high-end trainer. He's tough is the idea. But now someone even tougher, someone he knows he can't beat, is coming for him. And the message he leaves for us to find is Bruce Wayne will die tomorrow.
It's curious.
I contacted Wayne, you know. Asked him if he wanted police detail for the next 24 hours, but he turned me down. I take it you're keeping an eye on him?
I have it covered. Jim, his third molar, right side. The scanner's picking up an abnormal fracture.
Right wisdom tooth. Got it. Take a look.
It's an Athenian owl. It appeared on coins in ancient Greece. It was a symbol of wealth and power.
Same emblem on the throwing knives used to kill him. Beware the Court of Owls that watches all the time, ruling Gotham from a shadowed perch behind granite and lime. They watch you at your hearth, they watch you in your bed. Speak not a whispered word of them, or
they'll send the talon for your head. I know the nursery rhyme, Jim, but the Court of Owls is just a legend.
To be blunt, so were you for a while.
They don't exist.
And you know that because...
I just know.
Well, whoever the killer is, he wants us to believe the ghost story. So what we've got is a victim who is some kind of secret high-level bad guy trainer, a killer who's even tougher than him, apparently out to get Bruce Wayne, and all we really know about either of them is that they have a thing for owls. And the tissue beneath the victim's fingernails forensics came back empty-handed. Anything on your end?
Cave access granted to Nightwing.
No. Knock knock.
But I'm looking into it. I'll be in touch.
Whoa, you installed a photogrammetric scanner in the city morgue?
It simplifies things.
No more sneaking in and out. Come on, though, admit it. You're going to miss that ventilation shaft. The one with...
This is the John Doe I briefed you on, Dick. The one who had your DNA under his fingernails.
Good thing we keep all our Bat Family DNA protected.
Do you recognize him?
I do. It was about a week ago at the end of the groundbreaking for our new West Side Promenade. I was leaving. The press was taking pictures, asking about your new Gotham initiative, and I was hightailing it out of there, and all of a sudden this stranger, your John Doe, came up to me and grabbed my arm. He looked haggard, really at the end of his rope, and then, before I could get away from the press and talk to him, he said something like, "They're real, they're everywhere, and they're sending him for you. All of you." And then security got to him. Before I could follow up, he was gone. I noted it, but honestly, I just assumed by the looks of him he was a zealot or something. All fire and brimstone. Now, though, still, I don't get why he would approach me when you were the one in danger.
And your DNA.
When security pulled him off, he still had my arm. I can take off my glove and show you. It was a week ago, but the scratch marks are still there.
There's no need for that.
Well, look at this.
I'll let you know if there are any more developments that pertain to you.
You already checked the surveillance footage from the groundbreaking, didn't you? That's why you don't care about checking my alibi.
Dick, you know me better than anyone, except perhaps for Alfred. Of course I checked the surveillance footage. I have to go.
Well, enjoy yourself, partner, because according to your John Doe's flaming note, you've got less than 12 hours to live. Old Wayne Tower. I just want to say how much I appreciate your meeting with me, Bruce. I can only imagine how busy you must be these days. Not too busy to meet with Lincoln March, the next mayor of Gotham. Is that what the gossips are saying? Some. I don't doubt it either. I've been reading up on you. Self-made captain of finance turned philanthropist. You've got a good story. You've done good work, too.
funding the boys' home, setting up the after-school read and write. So, what do you think? Does this number look satisfactory?
Bruce, I'm not here to ask for money. Don't get me wrong, every dollar is appreciated.
Hell, Mayor Haiti has about 10 lines of credit running at all times, from sources that are questionable at best. If you're asking for a public endorsement, I'm afraid I don't do that.
I'm not after a public endorsement either. All I'm really after is your vote.
My vote? You've come a long way for one vote, Lincoln.
That's true, but I believe in what you're doing, Bruce. This initiative to rebuild Gotham, it's a good thing. And to be frank, I see a friend in you.
A cynic would say you see an opportunity.
That's true. And a cynic would say you're spearheading this new Gotham initiative for the image of your company, because it's a public holding and so on, for private purposes.
Is that what the gossips say?
Some.
Maybe they're right. I should be going. I'll leave the check on the table.
You know, Bruce, I lost my parents when I was a boy, too. It's strange, isn't it? The way it's just the details that stay with you. I can barely remember my mother's face anymore, but I remember this pin, clear as day. This pin she was wearing the day of the accident. I'd made it for her at school in ceramics. It was this little heart, but it was all lopsided, with one side bigger than the other. She was wearing it pinned to this fancy dress of hers, my little ugly pin. I don't remember the drunk driver hitting us. I don't remember much of the accident. I do remember seeing the pin on the ground, though, as the paramedics took me away. The pin, perfectly preserved. Not cracked or broken, just lying in the road. All I wanted was for someone to pick it up. I lost everything I had that night. For a long time after, I lived in a state of total hopelessness. I hated the world. But then I got funding for school. I was able to go to City College. The city saved me, Bruce. Gotham saved me. It gave me a purpose when I was alone, just like I'll bet it did for you. When I look at you, I see an ally, a real one. And as I'm sure you know, this is a city where allies are few and far between. Especially now. Especially now, why? Something bad has come back to Gotham, Bruce. Something ancient and powerful and evil.
Lincoln, what are you talking?
What the? If you think you can scare...
Lincoln! Don't recognize him. Someone new. Someone fast. Gah! Just me and him, but still, have to be careful. Restrain myself. Never know who's watching. Go for strikes that look like lucky blows. Solar plexus. Mandibular nerve. All right. Playtime's over. Doesn't make sense. It only takes 11 pounds of pressure to collapse a windpipe. I'm applying over 100 and he's not even flinching. Must be on something. Some kind of venom. Bruce Wayne, the Court of Owls has sentenced you to die. Too far out to grab for the Ring of Seven. By the time I reach the other 5 Guardians, I'll be at terminal velocity. The Force will rip my arms off. How I love killing Waynes. There's something I didn't mention earlier about the design of Old Wayne Tower. Something your tour guide wouldn't mention either, because there's one Guardian people don't tell you about when you visit. They don't bother to mention it because it was added later, in 1930, and because it sits in the middle of the building and can't be seen from the elevators or the deck. The 13th Guardian, installed by Alan's son, Henry, my great-grandfather. The Guardian for visitors to Gotham arriving by air. Whoever it was that just tried to kill me, He was good, but he made one mistake. He tried to use Gotham's legends against me. But I'm the only legend this city needs. In many ways, it's my oldest and truest friend, and it knows me better than anyone, just as I know it. Which is why I can say that there is no Court of Owls. Not in Gotham. Not in my city. Gotham City, winter 1922. Help! Someone help me! They're coming for me. Help! Please!
Hey there, pal. You can't. Psst! Jimmy. Don't you recognize him? It's Alan Wayne, the guy built half this city. Jeez, get my blanket, will you? Before he freezes.
They're after me. Please!
It's okay, Mr. Wayne. We're here. Now, who's after you?
They're everywhere. Don't you see? The 13th hour. It's upon us. They're coming. And their nests are all around. They're in my home. My home. Please.
What should we do? Get the patty? The patty? Oh, are you crazy? The press would drag the poor guy down into... Oh! There! The manhole! Did he fall or jump? I didn't see. Mr. Wayne! Mr. Wayne, are you down there?
Okay. I will tell you where you will be.
Gotham City, now.
Talk!
You say you are looking for a man in a dark costume, an enforcer with a mask to hide his face. I will tell you that tomorrow. There will be one at the morgue.
The man making the questionable jokes is named Luka Volk. He's the pecan of a Gotham branch of the Ukrainian mob. They call themselves the Whisper Gang. And they're one of 5 gangs that control smuggling in and out of Gotham by rail. 2 days ago, an assassin dressed like an owl tried to kill me while I was meeting with a local politician. With no security footage of the assassin coming or going from Old Wayne Tower, my assumption is that he came in through the rail lines that converge beneath the building, then found a way up through the service elevators, which means one of the rail gangs saw him and took some toll from him. The gangs have divided the lines among them. 1 line for each gang. One is Yakuza, one is La M. 5 rail lines, 5 gangs. I've already chatted with the other 4 gangs. Whisper Gang is known to be the most vicious and brutal of the 5, though. The candidates, or 6th, are given extensive weapons training overseas before being allowed to travel to the States. Once here, they're each fitted with an iron mask, symbolic of their loyalty to the gang, a muzzle to prove they'll never snitch. The mask is soldered together at the back of the head and can't be removed for at least a year until the 6th has proven himself. All of which makes them pretty tough. Unless you're a magnet.
Please, I was about to tell me everything you know about the assassin you let into Old Wayne Tower. But I tell the truth, I don't know anything about this owl man.
Lie detection assessing. Assessing. Truth.
Get out of my tunnels.
Second matrix ready for voice analysis.
Launch voice analysis. Now let's see who you are. Bruce Wayne, the Court of Owls has sentenced you to die.
Searching. Voice analysis. Search failed.
Damn. Run again. I'll leave this in arm's reach, sir. If I may, though, the morning before last I came across an article in the sciences portion of the Gazette. It appears that researchers in Germany, ornithologists, recently discovered that most bats depend on the sunset for long-distance navigation, which is to say they need to experience twilight in order to calibrate their internal compass. In other words, Master Bruce, bats need a little sunlight once in a while to fly straight, if you will. I know plenty about bats, Alfred. Tell me what you know about owls.
Sir, The man who tried to kill me made a comment about how much he loved killing Waynes. No Wayne in the last 50 years has died suspiciously to my knowledge, other than your parents, of course. I know that, but whoever he is, this man wants me to believe that he isn't just a killer, but that he's the Talon. The Talon, from the Court of Owls folk song. Except he wants me to believe that the court isn't a folktale, that in reality some secret group of men has actually been ruling Gotham from the shadows since colonial times. So I'm assuming the Wayne killing he's referring to involves some incident from the past, something to give credibility to the bedtime story. So again, what do you know about owls? Just common trivia. They're carnivorous, masters of camouflage. They're natural predators of bats. But in relation to your family, sir, the only reference I can think of is irrelevant. I have an apparently unstoppable killer running around Gotham with my name on his list. Nothing's irrelevant at this point, Alfred. Your great-great-grandfather, near the end of his life, he suffered from aggressive senility. So I've heard. Yes, but he supposedly developed a particular obsession with owls. He suffered from a severe paranoia about the birds, some obsession with the idea that they were conspiring against him. To hear my father tell it, Master Allen boarded up his windows for fear that one night the owls would come for him. But even this didn't help, as he soon became gripped by the notion that the owls, were roosting inside his home, in the walls. If you look at his last portrait in the gallery, at the buildings he designed, featured in the background, you'll notice owls perched along the moldings. But his death, no, you're correct. He drowned, having fallen into an open manhole in the Gotham sewer. No foul play was suspected. I've taken the liberty of preparing you some black tea with medicinal— No time, Alfred. I'm on my way out. May I suggest you take the day to rest, sir? With the injuries you sustained in the fall and the stab wounds. You said it yourself, Alfred. Even bats need sunshine. You're making me look bad, Bruce. After all, I took one knife. You took two and got kicked out a 30-story window. But I'm the one in bed, eating Jell-O in a buttless nightgown. Good thing you're not running against me. Actually, Lincoln, I am. That's what I came to tell you. Don't make me laugh. Actually, I wanted to speak with you privately. Just before that attacker came in, you were talking about something bad having returned to Gotham. Yes. I'd been getting warnings, Bruce. Whispers from people to drop my bid for mayor. And then, 2 weeks ago, I woke to find an owl in my apartment. Just perched there in my closet, a little pile of bones beneath it. Still, I didn't really believe it was them behind the threats, that it could be them. But it scared me enough that I asked my friends at the GCPD to keep a bead on anything related. So when the report came in about you being targeted by them too, about how that man left you a message, that John Doe killed by the Talon, the verdict on who killed that man is still out. Beware the Court of Owls, Bruce. That watches all the time, ruling Gotham from shadowed perch behind granite and lime. They watch you at your hearth. They watch you in your bed. Speak not a whispered word of them, or they'll send the Talon. I've been hearing that old rhyme a lot lately, Lincoln. Frankly, I'm getting tired of it. Now, if there really was a Court of Owls, don't you think, with my roots in this city, I'd have learned they were real long ago? Unless what? Unless they didn't want you to, until now. Maybe this new Gotham initiative of yours, reshaping the city, maybe they're just now paying attention to you too. Same with me. I'm not afraid of ghost stories. And you shouldn't be either. Hell yes, I'm afraid. But I'm not dropping my bid for mayor, if that's what you're implying. Gotham has given me everything I have, and I'll be damned if I hand it over to a bunch of old birds. Then you have my vote, Lincoln. Bruce, the home for boys I lived in, after my parents died, It had this old wooden floor, always creaking. Drove everyone crazy. No one the nuns brought in could figure it out. Then one day, Sister Allison noticed this depression by the corner of the building. Turns out, the place was on a sinkhole. Within a year, the whole building would have collapsed with us inside if she hadn't realized it. My point is, sometimes we become so concerned with little dangers that we don't see the big one right beneath our feet. That's all. Bruce, I'm sorry, Lincoln. I have to go. I'm going to have my own people watch your room. They're the best. Get some sleep. But Bruce, if they're watching me, who's watching you? Historically, cities are places of superstition. After all, people come to them from all over the world, from small towns and villages, places they've lived for generations, to inhabit giant mazes of glass and steel, shadow and merciless light. They'd cling to beliefs from home about what keeps you safe and what to avoid. A black cat crosses your path, you'll be plagued by bad luck. A 13th guest at dinner means someone in the party will die at midnight. My great-grandfather, Alan Wayne, understood the power of superstition. As such, he was one of the first men to eliminate a 13th floor from his buildings. Funny thing, though, to really make good on the superstition, you were supposed to leave a small space in the building between floors 12 and 14, a false floor, to contain the bad luck of number 13. A space sealed off from the world, inaccessible, just a blank slot in the building, an absence like a breath held when passing a graveyard. A space just big enough, in theory, for a man to hide in. Perhaps a killer dressed like an owl. And on the subject of owls, here's a fact about them. They're one of the rare birds that doesn't build its own nest. Instead, what they do is find nests abandoned or in use by rival birds and take them over. In essence, they invade an enemy's territory and build their nests inside his home. Bingo. June 1891. Alfred. Sir? The fund established in Alan Wayne's name. It still exists, doesn't it? The Alan Wayne Trust for Assisting Young Architects. It's a fund to be used for progressive additions to Gotham's skyline. Pull up the addresses of all the buildings funded by that trust over the last century and a half. I'm uploading the addresses now. There are nearly 20 buildings in all, roughly one every decade for the last 150 years. The most recent was built just 5 years ago. Alfred, I want you to open Alan Wayne's crypt. Sir, he was right. I don't understand. About the owl nests. What about them, sir? They're in our homes. June 2006. All this time, right under our feet. Sir? Most people assume the danger of a tripwire lies in the blast. Not so. Ugh! The real threat from a tripwire comes later. In the aftermath. The truth is, a tripwire is a greater instrument of fear than of violence. It demoralizes and terrorizes everyone in range, suggesting that the enemy knows the terrain better than you do, that this is their home, that they're everywhere at once, ready to bear down at any moment. In Gotham, there is an old legend, a nursery rhyme about the Court of Owls, a group of men who, the rhyme goes, rule the city from the shadows and enforce their will by means of an assassin named the Talon. A highly trained killer the court keeps hidden in bases around the city. Tonight, I discovered a series of such bases, seeming to date back to the 19th century. Bases hidden in buildings constructed by my own family, the Waynes. I was inspecting this one, the most recent, when the tripwire went off. Lucky for me, I don't scare easily. If all this is true, then the end, the real end, is near. And frankly, I just can't accept it.
To be fair, he has taken an extraordinary bit of punishment of late, Master Richard.
Bruce, resting?
It's true, sir.
And how many do you need to slip him nowadays, Alfie?
5 milligrams.
5 milligrams of ACE? That'd bring down
I'm aware of the effects, Master Richard. Now, I'm afraid I must return to my duties, if there's nothing else you need.
Bruce, are you awake? And all is right in the world. Analyze residue. Analyzing. Metamorphic. Metamorphic. Continue. Analyzing further. Well, if you're not going to introduce me to your friend, this is just going to be awkward. He's not a friend. He's family. Alan Wayne, my great-great-grandfather. The man responsible for the Gotham skyline. What's the occasion? A case I'm working. Anything I can help with? I'm fine. Computer, analyze. Analyzing further. I met with Commissioner Gordon earlier, just to touch base. He mentioned what's going on. The discovery of the Court of Owls bases. He says he thinks the dates are legitimate. I'm still running tests, but yes, right now they appear to be authentic. Still, I'm not entirely convinced. He mentioned that, too. You know, he thinks you might be overly skeptical on this one for some reason. There are ways of beating even the most sophisticated carbon dating programs, Dick. You know that as well as I do. I do, but I also know that you're burning it at both ends on this one. You're working like a man obsessed, or more obsessed than usual, and as such, it's possible you're not seeing the forest for the trees. Analysis nearly complete. Continue. The point is, hold on, I was talking to the computer. Computer, Bruce, we're worried about you, all right? Twice this month you came close to getting killed. And some of us think it's because you're underestimating your enemy here. Jim said that? Yes, he did. The John Doe who came up to me, a highly ghosted ID, he's killed by an assassin calling himself the Talon. You drop the guy off a building, and he gets up and kills his ride to the morgue. Now you discover these bases, hidden in Wayne buildings. Bases that seem to be from different decades dating back to the 1800s. How can you not be a little apprehensive about what might be on the other side of the equal sign here? I'm being objective, Dick, like I taught you to be. Computer, run a secondary test for shale. Running. Take care, Bruce. I have a plane to catch. Dick, there is no Court of Owls. I know because I looked into it. When, Bruce? I never heard about it, and I was here for it was before that. When I was a boy. Analysis shut up. Pausing. It was after my parents were killed, in the weeks following their murder. I was lost. I couldn't accept it. You were a kid, Bruce. I was the same. How are you supposed to accept no, Dick? I couldn't accept that it was random. That some plain old Joe Chill, some no-name, had killed my parents over nothing but pocket change and pearls. Deep down, I believed, I knew, there had to be something bigger at work. Of course, growing up, I'd heard the old legend of the Court of Owls. I'd asked my father about them, but he always laughed off the idea. But even so, in the days before my parents' death, there'd been a sign. A nest. An owl nest in the attic. He'd shooed the birds away, but they'd come back. In an older version of the rhyme, there's a line about heeding the signs, the omens of the court. In the aftermath of their death, I saw the nest as a sign, a warning my parents hadn't heeded. And then and there, I vowed revenge. I was just a boy, but I'd find them, the Court of Owls, and I'd expose them. I'd crush their world as they had mine. So I began my own investigation into the court. In many ways, it was my first case as a detective, and I was determined to solve it. Immediately, clues began presenting themselves. In a matter of days, it seemed everywhere I looked there was some sign, some new piece of evidence pointing to the court's existence. So I began delving deeper. If the court was made up of powerful Gotham families, there was no better place to start looking than my parents' friends and business partners. Despite his work as a doctor, my father had been deeply involved in the civic mechanics of Gotham. Not just charities, but everything from museums to the Gotham shipyard. Anyone could be one of the court. No one could be ruled out. In the course of just a few weeks, I'd compiled notes on some of Gotham's most prominent families. To my mind, the mind of a boy detective, all of it was evidence. Evidence of a far-reaching conspiracy against my family. I'd even located a building, an old abandoned social club with a double owl on the crest, a place called Harbor House. It was, I know it. All of the families I suspected had belonged to the club at one time or another. And looking at the schematics of the building, I'd discovered a room in the upper tower, what looked like a windowless meeting place right above the crest outside. I was sure this was it. I had found the Court of Owls, the men behind my parents' death. But what I actually found that night, up there in that secret room, was something much more frightening. Dust. Nothing. No answers. No villains. Just an old, empty room that hadn't been used in years. I was so shocked I didn't see the door close by my foot. I was locked up there for over a week. When Alfred finally found me, I was already comatose. I spent 3 weeks in the hospital recovering. When I woke up, though, I'd learned a valuable lesson. A lesson I built my skills as a detective on. Never let your emotions guide you on a case. I needed there to be a Court of Owls, some great evil behind my parents' murder. I let that need guide my investigation, and it almost killed me. You were just a kid, Bruce. I've looked into the court since then and always come up empty. How hard have you looked, though? Deeper than the evidence warranted. Because there's never been any. Look, Bruce, no one knows Gotham better than you. It's your city. It's Batman's city. But it's also nearly 400 years old, which means, over the years, maybe it belonged to something else, too. Something big. Something dark. I have to go. I have a lead to follow up on. My great-great-grandfather Alan Wayne was behind the construction of some of Gotham's tallest towers. His naked body was discovered here, beneath the city, in the sewers. The corpse had been down here so long that Alan had to be identified by the fillings in his teeth. A nightmarish end for a man who spent so much time building Gotham up to drown in its sewage, the dirty blood of the city he helped build. There are worse ways to go, though, like the way he actually went. Because, examining his body myself, I discovered tiny punctures, not unlike stab wounds, in his bones. A lot of his bones, too. Which is to say, he was stabbed to death, most likely by throwing knives. Almost 50 of them. But I found something else on his bones. A residue. Dust from a metamorphic rock, not unlike marble. Strange, given that the sewer system is constructed almost entirely out of granite. But that's Gotham. Never ceases to. The Court of Owls watches all the time, ruling Gotham from a shadowed perch behind granite and lime. They see you at your hearth. They see you in your bed. Speak not a whispered word about them, or they'll send the Talon for your head. Welcome, Batman, to the labyrinth.
He'll be dead soon, you know. Siggy, the bat signal. You've been running him hot all week. You're gonna blow his bulb. Leave it on, Harvey. I hate to say it, Commissioner, but it's been 8 days. The bat isn't coming. Leaving the light on for him. It's not just for him, Lieutenant Bullock. It's for the scum who think Gotham's a damn playground now. It's for the other guys, too. The ones on our side. The ones who are hurting. Because they know him. The man underneath that mask. The man missing right now. Hell, it's for the whole city, Lieutenant. So, like I said, the light stays on.
They want me to come out of the dark, but I won't. I won't. I'll stay here, where it's safe. Safe from them, from the owls. Here, again, always here, at the source. Shouldn't drink, probably drugged, but I have to. So thirsty. Like every part of me is crying out, screaming. Just a little, a sip. No, not too much. Drink too much and shh. Stay still, Bruce. They hear everything. They have special ears, asymmetrical, with one ear opening higher than the other, to locate prey. And the way they watch, the eyes. Hurry! No rope to climb, no belt. You have to go! Get out of here! Away from the light, back to the dark. Have to find the dark. How could I be here again? Because it's a story, Bruce. They're telling you a story, room by room, over and over, every part. And this part of the story is all about the people they've killed, here in this very maze. Hundreds of people, over hundreds of years, hunted down, something chasing them, a minotaur, watching. Once upon a time in Gotham, and you're the star now. Smile. No! I won't listen to you! I'm not listening! Keep your head straight, Bruce. Focus. Get back in the dark. The dark, where it's safe. I found you! I've got you! I'll tear you limb from limb! You think you can fool me? You think so? You can't, because I know all the tricks. Hell, I invented them. And sooner or later, I will find you. Wherever you are, you can't hide from me. Hide in the dark, because I live here. It's my city. In the dark. In Gotham. I know every alley, every rooftop. So tell your story with your pictures and your models and maps of Gotham through the years. Try to tell me you've been here longer. That's what you're saying, right? That I don't matter? That's why you didn't even bother to take off my mask. And all these names, the names on the wall, they're people you used, or members of your little flock, or enemies you killed. It's all the same to me. All the same story. I've heard it all before. Heard it all well. Look at this. A new chapter. What are you trying to tell me now? With the talon on the wall, and these coffins, these faces, children, generations of children you trained into monsters, is that it? Young men and women you trained for years so they could kill for you. And one open, one missing. What does it mean that... No! Stop it, Bruce. I'm not listening. Not listening. Not listening! Not listening! Not listening! Not listening! Not! Stop. Stop! It's just a story, Bruce. Just an old bedtime story. And you're the star. It's your story, not theirs. Your city. Your story. Yours, Bruce. Tell it. You were born to... Thomas and Martha. It can't be! It can't! Mother... Father... Bruce... My God.
Is it really him, Thomas? Is it?
It's me! Yes! But how? How?
We've been down here so long, Bruce. Waiting.
Oh, if only I could see you, Bruce. What I wouldn't give to see. But it is you, isn't it? It's me! I found you! I found you! It is you, isn't it, Bruce? Of course! Don't you recognize me? We can't see anymore, Bruce. We haven't been able to for years. Not real, not real, not real. Trying to steal my story. Trying to steal my story. Steal my... No, you can't change it. Can't change my story. You can't trick me! I invented all the tricks. See! See! I beat you! You hear me? I beat you! No, it can't be. No! 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 No, I'm not. I'm not listening! I'm not listening to you!
What should we do with it?
Get a new one. Now! I said now!
Now? Please?
Batman, the Court of Owls has sentenced you to die. But you should die knowing that your body will not be returned to the surface, because the court has decided to keep your bones down here to be displayed in the labyrinth, forever a monument to a valiant enemy. Only 3 times throughout history has the court honored someone in this way. Do you wish to speak to this honor before your death? You. Yes. You moved the camera. No final address then. So all that's left to do is decide the manner of your death. My court! He is prepared. I present to you the Batman. How do you wish him to die?
Break his neck! No, bleed him. Take his feet. His spine. Pull his spine.
Let the littlest decide.
Yes, let her choose. What do you want to see, dear? Hurt him. More.
My pleasure, my lady. Hurt him like this.
More!
Like this.
More!
As you wish, my court. It is done, my court. The Batman is finished. Come take his bones as yours. No strength left. Blood filling all the wrong places. Whole body, every bone, saying let go. Let go and let them take you. Let it end. The pain, the fight. Become a ghost, a face behind the glass. A face. His face. Alan Wayne. His face, so scared, begging, calling out for someone to help him stop them. Enough.
Run! He's still alive!
Well. Still some fight in you. And look at you. Beating your wings. Gnashing your little fangs. Do you know what owls do to pray that I know that I am sick to death of owls? You dare? Oh, I do. Come here. For days you've been leading me around. Showing me things down here, what you wanted me to see. Now it's my turn. So take a look! You see this? The city at your feet? It's not the real Gotham. It's an arts and crafts project. But wait. Quiet. But there's more. Because you, Talon, I said, quiet. I see what you are, too. You are nothing. Shut up. But a hired thug! You're a pawn. You're not special. No matter what they've told you. No matter what you tell yourself. And now, what you really are is finished! That goes for all of you. You hear me? Do you hear me, Court of Owls? Whoever you are, you can't hide from me. I know this city, down to its foundation. For example, I know that this place, the taste of the water in the fountain, the minerals, we're near the river, and I know the base of your big ugly fountain. It's white marble, not construction marble like the rest of this place, which makes it softer, more vulnerable to, say, explosions. And you know what explodes? Potassium chlorate when it ignites. Which is why I slipped out the supply of filament plates from your camera before. I'll be back for you. All of you! Out. Must. Get out now. Get out and go home. Home to the cave and never come back here. No. Can't get away. Can't break through the glass. They won't ever let me go. The court. I'm already dead, aren't I? Bones in the dark. Nothing but a dead face. A face.
Well, that was thrilling. What a wonderful gladiator, the Batman. Yes, he is. What should we do with this one? Yes, what? We should dispose of him. Here. Wait, but the investment in him, and he'll heal if you give him... Not truly. He won't. Not in the important way. Not from that beating. Oh, don't worry, my dear. We have so many more of them. Now, all we have to do is wake them up. All of them. Some ancients believed that the moment of death brought with it visions. Not just visions of one's past, or of things known to the dying, but visions of oneself as one truly existed in life.
Yes. Yes, Father. I shall become a bat.
They believed, the ancients, that these final visions often went beyond what was known to the dying man in life, that they constituted secret truths about his life, revealed. Some truths were comforting, some were heart-shattering. Either way, these visions were meant to offer a sense of closure, so that he may leave the world in peace, knowing all there was to know about himself. A vision of himself as he truly was, reflected in the burning eyes of his God. Come back. I know you can hear me. Come on. That's it. That's it, damn it. Come on, work! Wait!
Who are you?
It's just me!
You.
I'm sorry. The jumpers were all I had. You flatlined and this is my boss's van and...
I told you once already! Leave me alone! I meant it!
Nice one, Harper. Epic bat fail. But legend has it, if a dying man resists the visions, resists the pull toward truth and journeys back to the land of the living, he may find himself greatly changed upon return. And you who stand before us now, will certainly find yourself changed. When you open your eyes, which you will do now. Yes, open those eyes for us. Open your eyes for your court. You have traveled so far, from the banks of the river Lethe, the river of mindlessness, where the shades walk, back to this world, to your city. Gotham.
Yes, look. Look at your body. It has been restored and made stronger than before. Much stronger. You drank from the cup of immortality, and you cannot be killed. Your wounds in battle will heal. You are faster, stronger than ever. And we are stronger too. Your court. We have been gathering our resources, our power, and waiting as the great owl waits in plain sight. Until now. For now it is time for us to strike, to reclaim this city, and rip out the heart of our enemy.
Halt! Identify yourself.
It's me.
Master Bruce, my God! When I saw the hole in the ice, I concluded that you'd climbed out of the harbor yourself. But when you never appeared, I feared one of your enemies had removed you, and
It was someone else.
password Fairbanks.
No! No!
He's dead, sir. We discovered his body in the frozen water, near the spot we detected the short beacon from your suit. I moved his body here to the Batcave for examination. Let's get you to the medical station.
No.
But, sir,
Get him on the table.
look upon our enemy, the Bat. Look upon his image. Like you, he has just now journeyed up from the underworld. But while you have returned stronger, more powerful, he has returned broken and weak. We have moved your armor here, your arms. We ask you now to let us arm you for battle. For tonight, we will strike down our enemy. Not just strike him down, but tear him apart, limb from limb, and eat his bones. Bruce? I asked Alfred to tell me you needed privacy, I know, but I wanted to come down and see you. Jeez, Bruce, what did they do to you? The man on the table is the Talon, an assassin for the Court of Owls. Is he dead? Yes. And no. There's a compound I've isolated in his cells, something the court must have managed to synthesize. It's capable of reanimating dead tissue. Bringing bodies back from the dead? Only bodies specially prepared. Prepared how? The court has an affinity for classical antiquity. In ancient Greece, there was a tradition of placing coins beneath the corpse's tongue before burial, supposedly to pay for passage into Hades. The rich sometimes had their coins made from a metal called electrum, a highly conductive alloy of silver and copper. In this man's body, I found a significant amount of electrum, not just in his blood, but in his cells. The alloy seeped down over years and years from a deposit embedded in his tooth, in the shape of a tiny owl. Like the John Doe he killed, he carried his ferryman's coin with him all the time, for years. By the time he was retired, he was a walking conductor, waiting for a spark. And from a chemist's standpoint, that's all this compound is. A spark to light up the wire. So, they used the compound to bring him back from the dead to kill for them. And his first target was his old trainer, the John Doe. After all, who needs the coach anymore when you can reanimate your star athlete? And his healing factor? Once the compound is bonded with the cells, they're capable of reactivating and healing over and over, which is why he was able to walk away from the fall off Wayne Tower. And why he's technically still alive right now. So how do you take him down? The cold. The compound turns the body into a kind of heat-powered factory for cell regrowth. The way to shut it down is to lower the host's core body temperature. Put him back on ice. I'm running freezing solution into him now. Do you have a name for him yet? Yes. His name is Cobb.
William Cobb. And he's your great-grandfather. My what? I took a tissue sample, Dick.
And what? You weren't going to tell me? That's why you wanted privacy?
That's one part of it, yes.
And you're not going to tell me the other part? Huh. Of course you're not. You know, Bruce, I get that you think you're protecting me by keeping your secrets. Or rather, I get that you want to think that's why you keep secrets like this. But since we're being so honest and upfront, right? Let's just admit that both of us know the person you're really protecting is yourself. From needing to have a damn human emotion! But you have no idea what I've been through these last few weeks. No idea! The things I've had to deal with! And I'll tell you what, Bruce, if you think learning my ancestors, some guy I never even knew, was a criminal, if you think that's going to faze me, then frankly, you don't know me at all.
You were supposed to be one too, Dick.
I was supposed to be a Talon?
In pre-modern times, potential gladiators were sometimes escorted to the Colosseums by parades of performers, jesters, and acrobats. An ancient version of the circus.
Of course. But how did you know?
He came to see you first. The trainer of the court's last Talons, our John Doe. The identity of this Talon here simply confirmed it. Every decade, Halley's Circus presented a crop of child athletes to the court, and the members chose one in secret to be trained as that era's Talon. You were meant to be the most recent one, but when your parents died and you took me in, you know, some nights, Dick, on patrol, I felt the city looking at me. I always thought it was watching over me, though, like a partner or even family. You asked me before what the court did to me. What they did was show me the truth. That the Gotham City I thought I knew, my city, doesn't exist. They showed me that the real Gotham, the Gotham out there, is a city of birds, a city of owls. It's a stranger and an enemy. It always has been. And I'll tell you, Dick, if someone could have protected me from that truth, I'd have been grateful.
Well, here's some truth for you. You might be seeing sides already. All of us birds on one and you, the bat, on the other. Hell, you're probably throwing up walls right and left. But the fact is, I don't care who my ancestor was, or what the Court of Owls wanted me to be. I don't. We are who we choose to be, Bruce, not the role the past says we should play. The Court of Owls is just another bad guy, Bruce. They're a little grayer around the temples is all. Yes, you made a mistake and underestimated them. But they're not Gotham City, Bruce. And neither are you.
Yes, this way. Come, see. For tonight, we will not only kill our enemy, but we will take back our city. We will take back our kingdom. Now go and take Gotham City! Night of the Owls, 7:01 p.m. I've always believed the best way to know the city is to stay close to the ground, to feel the cracks in the sidewalk under your shoes, the strange bright silence of the park under snow, the hissing rain of sparks that comes down when the elevated train passes overhead on 3rd Avenue, the late-night ticking of traffic lights. It's only been in the last few weeks that I've come to understand how wrong I've been. Because I know now that you can spend your whole life learning Gotham from deep inside and still know nothing about it at all. Shut it off, Alfred. It's hurting my eyes. If you wish, sir, but they say low-level laser illumination can be therapeutic for eye injuries. You want a metaphor, old friend? Here's one. I'm a man standing over a toy city he made himself, while the real one, the one that matters, operates behind his back. I wasn't trading in wordplay, sir. You've been sitting in the dark for hours, and you have inflammation in most of the tissue around your eyes and a conjunctival hemorrhage in... I've been a fool, Alfred. An arrogant fool. Perhaps, but then you come from a long line of such men, sir. And that city across the bay is a better place for all of their arrogant foolishness. And if you... Sir, I heard it. Someone's trying to get in. Get to the cave. I'll take care of the intruder. But sir, I have the earpiece and lens. Help me from down there. Go! Sir, I'm in position. I'm picking up intruder signals all around the manor, but they're not making sense. The pulses are... Oh no. Master Bruce, you must get down here! Master Bruce! Bruce Wayne, the Court of Owls has sentenced you to... Yeah, I got it the first time! Seems you have some moves, Mr. Wayne. Well, so do I. Maybe so, but yours went out of style 200 years ago. Alfred, I need positions. Alfred! I'm trying, sir, but they're all around you. Yes, I can see that. But others, that's what I mean, sir. There are so many others. And they're getting into the house from all sides. Sir, you need help. I can... Alfred! Alfred, are you there? Alfred! Damn. Ah! Go ahead, Bruce. Try to run away. We'll follow you wherever you go. You won't! Ah! Brothers, I am pinned. Nowhere left to go, Bruce. Nowhere to run. You're going down. Now. Good choice of words. What? Got him! He's escaping! It's locked. We'll get you, Bruce Wayne. We're coming for you. Stupid, Bruce. Stupid. You should have seen this coming. You should have been watching for it, not lost in your own head. Alfred! Alfred, are you all... Well... Seems you have a secret, Bruce, don't you? No! Your lucky penny, sir. Are you all right? Quite, sir. Good. Now let's get some answers. How many? I said how many are coming for us? Enough. And not just for you. But don't worry. You'll find out soon. Or sooner. You're breaking my arm! Correct. Now, look what we have here. Oh, Bruce. We're coming for you. You can't stop the court. You can't hold us back. There's nowhere to run anymore. We're in the heart of your house, Bruce. The House of Wayne and of Batman. The armory! Alfred, get inside! Sir, quickly! That's okay, Bruce. We'll find a way in. We always do.
I'm afraid he's right, sir. The doors won't hold them forever. Take this. It's some kind of microdrive. It was in the Talon's gauntlet. See if you can pull up anything. Figure out what they're planning. And Alfred, drop the temperature in the cave to sub-zero, fast as you can. The regenerative compound in the Talon's blood is heat-sensitive. Bring their core body temperatures down low enough and you'll freeze the whole lot of them, or at least slow them down. But sir, that will take minutes, and in the meantime they'll tear you apart. Besides, the temperature in the cave will become inhospitable to you yourself in a matter of don't worry about me, Alfred. I'm sure I've got something warm in here.
You can't hide forever, Bruce. That's what Waynes always try to do, but it's no use. So go on, little Bruce, and open up.
Get the hell out of my house! Night of the Owls, 7:32 p.m.
Look at this, friends. Bruce came out to play. You know what we do to bats, Bruce. We eat them whole, bones and all.
Not in this cave, you don't. Master Bruce, I've uploaded the material, but the firewall... Wait, this can't be right.
What is it, Alfred?
My God. Alfred! It's a list, sir.
A list of what?
It's a list of targets, and nearly every public figure in Gotham City is on it. Everyone who shapes the city. The city comptroller.
Betty Park.
Gotham City Deputy Sheriff.
Michael D. Davis.
Please, don't. Kane County Supreme Court Justice.
Jan Spitz.
Gotham Public Advocate.
John Lee.
Speaker of the City Council.
Michael Guadalupe.
The head of the City Planning Commission.
Bill Keep.
Gotham's Commissioner of Cultural Affairs.
Valerie Vanderman. The Court of Owls has sentenced you to die.
Commissioner Gordon, Mayor Hady, they're going to kill them all.
Put out the call, Alfred. Alfred!
I'm here, sir.
Put the call out to the family. Now.
Yes, of course, sir. Putting it out now. To all the allies of the Bat presently in Gotham, I send this with the greatest urgency. Tonight, the Court of Owls has sent their assassins to kill nearly 40 people across the city. The court's targets are all Gotham leaders, people who shape this city. I have uploaded a list of the targets' names here. The court's assassins, the Talons, are already en route to their targets. They are highly trained killers with extraordinary regenerative abilities. For many of their targets, I fear it may be too late to... I will keep the line to the cave open as long as I can manage.
Come on, I'm right here. We're coming for you too, old man. Going to tear the skin off your back.
Good luck to you.
Now take him.
God help us all. The first members of my family to live in the manor were Solomon and Joshua Wayne, brothers. They bought the house in 1855, but they didn't move in until 2 years later. The reason was bats. A massive infestation of bats in the cave system beneath the land. They brought in a corruptologist from Gotham University, and according to him, to get rid of the bats, they'd have to introduce a predator into the cave. So the Wayne brothers did. They carted in all sorts of birds, from peregrine falcons to kestrels, and unleashed them in different sections of the cave. The most effective killers of bats, though,
were the tiger owls. My ancestors let owls loose in the cave. Night of the Owls, 7:51 p.m. And within a year, all the bats were gone.
Alfred, how are we doing on temperature?
I'm dropping it as fast as possible, sir.
It needs to be faster.
It should dip below zero in no more than a minute, drop to -20, maybe even 30 in under 5 minutes. By then, the restorative compound in the Talon's cell should begin to freeze. But sir, I implore you, come back inside the armory.
They're strong, Alfred. The doors won't keep them out long enough.
The doors may.
No.
Master Bruce, the Talon's strength, their healing capabilities. Please, for you it means certain.
What it means, Alfred, is that I can play rough for once.
My suit is built for war. It's made of meta-aramid fibers of my own design, tougher than Kevlar. Made to withstand burning heat and freezing cold, temperatures as low as the Arctic winter. It uses a semi-solid flow micro-battery. It has enough oxygen for weeks, meaning it's built for battle in the most alien territories on Earth. And I'm wearing it here, in my own home.
Come on! I said, come on, you undead sons of—
Alfred is right. They'll get through the suit, the Talons, because in a way, they already have.
Master Bruce! He's down, brothers. Get him. This is it, Bruce Wayne. Nothing left to keep us out. No more barriers. The court always finds a way into your home. You Waynes always try, though, don't you? Well, go ahead. Try whatever you like. More gates, more alarms. Maybe try a guard dog. Actually, I already have one. Activate Fido. Good boy. You think that will stop us? Your little parlor.
Master Bruce, your vital signs. You're going to black out.
I've got him. Say goodbye, Wayne.
Master Bruce, I'm coming out to help you. Armory doors.
No! Override armory doors! Lock down!
No! Master Bruce! Master Bruce, you're crashing!
My ancestors, they used owls to kill the bats. Owls everywhere. But I forgot. The thing I forgot is, as soon as the owls left, the bats came back. Yes, I remember now. The bats had simply hidden deeper in the caves, in the darkest parts, the parts the owls couldn't tolerate. And when the bats came back, it was with a vengeance.
Sir, it's -20 and dropping. The Talon should be feeling the effects of the cold by now. But please, sir, exposed to such cold, your vital signs.
The cold brought the bats out of the dark, Alfred. I feel fine.
Sir, one of them is headed for the bridge, trying to make an escape.
Oh, I see him. Ah! Sir, he's got a healing factor. Let him heal. Use the coolant I prepared for Cobb to freeze the Talons.
Yes, sir, but you must stay here and—
There's an owl symbol in the sky over Gotham, Alfred. I'm going out.
Night of the Owls, 8:36 p.m.
The list of people the Court of Owls is targeting.
I'm sending it to the main console. The names in blue. They're the ones the Allies have already gone to protect.
And the ones in red.
I'm afraid for them it's already too late. The green names, they're the only targets still unaccounted for. There are barely any green, Alfred. Just Jeremiah Arkham and Lincoln March.
I'm afraid this night largely belongs to the Owls, sir.
The night's not over yet. I'm going to Arkham Asylum first.
Night of the Owls, 11:02 p.m.
And then I'll go after March. Lincoln March! I'm here to help! March! Mr. March,
You... Bruce Wayne. For Bruce Wayne. I have a message for Bruce Wayne.
Don't talk, Mr. March. An ambulance will be here at any moment.
No, please. Here, take this. There are 3 names. I tried to follow the donations to figure it out. It's as close as I got. Could be all 3 of them are in the court. Could be... could be none.
Mr. March, the more you talk...
I'm dead. He killed me. I got him back, though. Armor piercing. Friend on the force. But Bruce, you know him. Please, tell him to fight them. This city, it's worth it. It can be a good place. Remind him that a better Gotham is just... is one dream. Master Bruce, the Talons have been contained. I have news on the other assassination attempts as well.
I know where they live, Alfred.
But, sir,
they came to my house. Now I'm going to burn theirs to the ground.
Lowell, Nebraska, over 30 years ago. Slow down! Victor, there's no rush. The show's not going anywhere. But the competition started an hour ago, Mama. And we have until sunset to build our snowman, silly. That's nearly 2 hours yet. Look around you. It's the first snow of the season. You should enjoy it before it's muddied. But our snowman needs to be bigger if all we're using to decorate him is that. Sarah and Petra, everyone will be using all sorts of trinkets, and their snowmen will look like clowns with red lips and birds with long noses. This is how we did it in the old country, and how we will do it here. We make his face from this one apple, from our own tree, from his eyes to his wrinkles. There is a craft to it, Victor, an elegance that speaks of home. Fine, but we're making him big, just to be safe. Ha! All right then, we will make him as big as you. I mean bigger than me! So big he will last through spring, before he melts. Mama? Mama, where did you go? Mama, please! Mama! And what happened to her, Victor? Arkham Asylum, Gotham City, Night of the Owls, 12:02 a.m. Victor? The ice preserved her until help arrived. Preserved her like it now preserves Nora? Do not speak of my Nora. Look, Victor, you say these owls tricked you, stole your formula to bring their soldiers to life, and then tried to kill you. But can't you see what really happened? You were asked to bring them to life, make the cold warm again. Don't you think it was your feelings for Nora that led you to set this trap for yourself? I do not wish to pursue this line of questioning any further. All right, Victor. What do you want to talk about? Time. I'm sorry? What time is it, Dr. Kearney? A few minutes past midnight. Why do you ask? I'm going to require your crown. Victor, you know the hospital had it made specially, with alcoholic wax. You can't freeze it, can't use it as a weapon or tool, so what use could you possibly have for it?
Wire cutting. Now, I will have it from you.
You heard me, Victor. They'll turn this room into a sauna so fast you're...
Forgive me, Doctor, but that was not a request.
What the... Alert! Alert! Power fluctuation in Sector B, Cell 9. Temperature at 86 degrees below zero and dropping. Proceed with caution. Oh, hell. Abort emergency protocols. You hear me? Abort! What in God's name is going on here? Is it the Talons, Richards? Are they attacking again? No, Dr. Arkham. It's Freeze. He's rewired the cooling system in his cell. Temperatures are dropping to unstable levels, sir. We have to stop the emergency power protocol from going into effect. We set it up to use the excess cold from Freeze's chamber to cool the rest of the facility in the event of a blackout, but it was almost 100 degrees below zero in his cell before the power went offline, and the machine was just powering up. Who knows how cold it could get now? Halt right there!
We know you're there, Freeze. Come around the corner with your hands above your head.
My toes can't feel my need fire.
Yes, fire. Freeze, I said hands over your... Well, look who's being a good little monster. All right then, take him down, boys. Good to see you come to your senses, freak. Brian, look, there's something in his...
Ah! It burns! It burns! The cold!
Access granted. Right on time.
The Iceberg Casino, 12:45 a.m.
Vaughn.
Victor, is this any way to treat your friends? We could have set a meet. I was expecting your call from the moment the Arkham incident came across the police wires. Do you realize how much this will cost me? What am I supposed to tell the police, who are no doubt only minutes behind you?
The public enjoys its little narratives, Mr. Cobblepot. Move a few $100,000 of your legitimate money into one of your secret vaults and report a robbery. They will readily accept it as an extension of my perceived fetishization of ice.
An elegant solution, to be sure. I have to say, though, Victor, you seem different this time. What is it you're after?
As a child, I've used to perform my own experiments on animals from our neighborhood. I would freeze different parts of a specimen, wetting them down and icing them, a paw or a tail, and then watch the effect on the creature's life. Birds were the most vulnerable subjects of all. Did you know that if a bird loses even a single toe to frostbite, it will die from helplessness? Just one toe.
I was only asking.
You ask what I'm after, Oswald. Freedom. Freedom from this city. I have been abused by bats and used by owls. And now, all I want is to settle my scores once and for all. Retrieve my wife, my Nora, and leave this wretched place behind forever. More pressingly, though, I'm after my guns.
See, my friend, that sounds like the Victor I know. Now, let's make this robbery look real, Victor. I won't be persecuted on your behalf.
As you wish.
But Mr. Cobblepot, no!
And now, for vengeance. Vengeance on the man who stole my Nora from me. Vengeance on Bruce Wayne.
Wayne Tower Laboratories, 6 years ago.
Dr. Victor Freeze, I present to you the prodigal son, Bruce Wayne. Dr. Freeze runs the small cryonics lab we keep beneath the laboratories proper. Frozen heads abound. Doctor, I'm giving Mr. Wayne a tour of his kingdom, if you will. He only recently returned to Gotham.
Right, of course. You've, vacationing, I take it.
That's one way of putting it. Isn't that right, Lucius?
Dr. Freeze, Mr. Wayne has been out of the country for quite some time.
Forgive me, admittedly, I don't get out of the laboratory very often. I now recall something in the local news about it. Your return, I mean.
Don't give it a second thought, Doctor. From what I hear, you're doing important work down here.
Yes, we are. The advancements we've made in the slow heating process of cryopreserved individuals.
Slow heating? Lucius, I thought the lab was supposed to be moving away from cryonics, frozen mummies and all that, towards newer, more specialized fields, like organ vitrification. In fact, weren't we supposed to transfer the rest of these old cryopreserved bodies here to the Gotham University Biolab? I feel I was pretty direct in saying I wasn't comfortable continuing with this line of research.
Mr. Wayne, we can do both. We can pursue new fields like vitrification while still pursuing our original research on the reanimation of cryopreserved individuals.
Both. Well, be careful, Doctor, and know that you'll be under close examination until we decide what to do with your projects down here.
I should get back to my work. Mr. Wayne, Mr. Fox.
Dr. Freeze. That's okay, Lucius. Dr. Freeze, forgive me if I was overstepping my bounds. Being away so long, my social graces need a good refresher course. It was a pleasure meeting you, and keep up the good work. Stay warm down here.
My Nova, don't worry. They won't take you away from me. I won't let them. Not until I found a way to bring you back. There is a cure for your heart now, my love. A newly developed operation. All that remains is to bring you back to me. And I'm close, Nora. Very close. For so long the code has kept you, held you fast. But soon I will wake you from your sleep like a queen in a storybook. And pull you from the ice. Nora, I've done it, my darling. I've created the perfect formula. It worked on the Court of Owls undead soldiers. It should be more than enough to bring us together. No, Wayne, when I get my hands on you...
Sorry, but Mr. Wayne is out for the evening. Hell, I don't think anyone has been down in this lab for months. The only reason it's still here at all is that there aren't a lot of places to send a boatload of human icicles. So if you're looking for your job back, Mr. Freeze, I don't think they're hiring.
This is a private vendetta, Nightwing. It does not concern you. Tell me where to find my wife and the man who took her from me, and we'll have no quarrel.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Enough with the banter, Nightwing. Let's get to work.
So be it.
If you really wanted some attention tonight, all you needed to do was put on an owl mask. But you've already had your fun with the court, haven't you? Ha!
Keep laughing. Although, that might be difficult. When your lungs freeze inside your chest.
Oh, for the love of God! Won't the two of you just shut up? Robin! No! Ah!
I have no doubt your benefactor has the means to thaw out your friend. But if you don't give me the information I require, I'll shatter his arm in my fist.
Victor, it's Bruce Wayne. Let the boy go.
Wayne, Show your face.
Take the elevator up to the penthouse, Victor. We can still talk this through, man to man.
I guarantee you, Mr. Vane, talking is not on the agenda.
What are you doing? Go after him, you idiot! Calm down, Robin. Batman wants to settle this directly. Just the two of them.
It's time, Nora. Time for us to be together. I have waited so long. But this new compound is everything we've been waiting for, my love. And it will work. I will bring you back.
No, Victor. You won't.
Mr. Vane, you don't understand. This is Nora, my wife, and...
I understand perfectly, Dr. Freeze. I shut this project down months ago, and yet you've continued to work on your own private experiments. Your methods here haven't been reviewed or tested, and you're about to administer them on a person who has no means of consent. I can't allow you to continue playing mad scientist while you neglect the research you were hired to do.
Please, you must understand. My Nora, she's the only woman I have ever loved, and her condition, there are surgeries now, procedures developed since she was frozen that could repair her heart. It's all for her, Mr. Vane. Please, let me continue.
No, Victor. I've called the authorities.
But she's... No, you can't. You can't take her from me.
I can and I will. She's staying here, and you're going.
No!
Victor, get out of the way! This is incredible. I've never seen anything like it. The chemicals seem to have radically altered his biology. It's as though each individual skin cell is capturing and storing the cold. His body temperature is running at 23 degrees Fahrenheit. It shouldn't be possible for him to still be alive. If it weren't for the suit, I'm not sure he would be. What would happen if he exposed himself to any kind of heat? It's impossible to say for sure, but I think he'd boil alive. Ooh. Quiet. He's waking up. Where are the goggles?
Ooh.
Here, these should help the pain. Your eyes haven't quite received the message from the rest of your body. You'll need to keep these on at all times to prevent your eyes from freezing in their sockets. Do you understand me? You've been in a terrible accident. It's a miracle you survived it all, Mr. Freeze. My God, he's breaking out! No, please!
Vane. Bruce Vane! I'm coming for you. You cannot hide from me, Mr. Vane. You will give me back my... Nora. It's over, Victor. Put down the gun and surrender. Now. You will not keep me from my Nora, Batman. Enough! Do you know how many men and women you've killed tonight, Victor? How many of them had families, loved ones of their own? You claim to act out of love, but I don't think you even understand the meaning of the emotion. Love requires empathy, sympathy, compassion. There's nothing inside you but ice and hate. It's over, Victor. You're finished. This isn't over until I oil my suit with Vane's blood and walk out the door with my wife. My Nola, I have created the perfect formula, and those damn owls even tested it for us. You'll be in my arms soon enough as we stand over Vane's corpse. Mr. Wayne is far away, safe from you. Soon, Nora will be too. You don't understand what you're meddling with, Batman.
I will not let you walk out the door with her. You have no right to stand between a man and the woman he loves. Victor, you and I both know that woman is not your wife. I love her. How could you, Victor? You've never even met her. Her name was Nora Fields, and she was born in 1943. She was diagnosed with an incurable heart condition when she was 23 years old. She had just graduated from college. She was engaged to be married to a young lawyer when it happened. Her family decided to put her under a new and controversial treatment, where one day she might awaken and find a new life in a future where she wouldn't have to die at age 25. She was the first person to undergo cryogenic stasis, Victor. You wrote your doctoral thesis on her over a decade ago. The chance to study her was the entire reason you came to work at Wayne Industries. She's been in this building for years. You never knew her, and yet you come back time and time again. Mr. Freeze out to save his dying wife from the cruel businessman who took her away. But we both know that's a farce, Victor. She's old enough to be your grandmother, for God's sake. I know her better than anyone, Batman. I love her. We are meant to be together. You don't love her. You never have. You're just a madman reaching out for the illusion of love and the only thing you've ever cared about. The cold. You love the cold, Victor. Even if you did bring her back, you'd end up destroying her. Because you loved an idea, Victor. An obsession. And that I do understand. But it's over. Your suit's being overloaded with your perfect formula. The compound you hope to raise Nora with. Just like the Court of Owls raised its Legion of Talons. Your core body temperature is rising rapidly. I think you'll find it very hard to move right now. Nightwing, Freeze is down. Get the Batmobile, and we'll take him back to Arkham.
How I love the first snow. Unbroken and white. Before it's ruined by footprints. We're off to the snowman contest again, aren't we, Victor? Yes, Mother. But where is our apple? I forgot it. It's okay, Mother. We can get one there. Oh, silly me. I get so confused sometimes ever since that accident. What accident was it, Victor? Never mind, I found it. I have our apple right here. I already carved it too. You see, Victor? I see, Mother. Now, rest.
What you're looking at is the most expensive private residence in Gotham City. Valued at $58 million, the complex takes up the top 3 floors of the famous Powers Hotel and is occupied by the Powers family patriarch Joseph and his wife Maria. The place was built during the Depression as a fortress against the masses. It has its own wooden gymnasium, pool, bowling alley. It even has a Zeppelin moor on the balcony. Protected by both hotel and private guards, armed with encrypted wireless security, it has never seen a visitor not employed or invited by the Powers family. Until tonight.
Dear God. Security! I said security! Help me! I'm
Going down.
You can't be in here. I'm calling. That's not Joseph's.
I know, Mrs. Powers. It's yours. I found the case for your husband's mask, but it's empty. Where is he?
Gone. Out of the country. And you and your friends. You might think you have the upper hand right now, but you don't. You never will in fact, if I were you, I'd leave the city and never come back.
And if I were you, I'd get used to that view.
Your scare tactics worked, sir. She's dialing her husband now.
Tell me you can track the call, Alfred. It looks as though we can. Though his line is basically impenetrably coded, we're now able to piggyback on hers to locate his phone. And the Talons. I moved them into the cold storage laboratory, sir. They seem to have retreated into some kind of preservatory stasis.
Good. Tell me when you have a lock on Mr. Powers.
It's strange, sir. The phone appears to be located in some kind of blackout zone.
A blackout zone?
Yes, someone has created a dead area about a quarter mile in radius. I can place the phone within the zone itself, but beyond that...
And the location?
The blackout zone is located on Gotham's south side, sir.
Along the row?
Yes, and judging by the emission field, I calculate the epicenter to be somewhere around...
Irvington.
I'm sorry, sir?
77 Irvington. Right where it always was.
Yes, but, how did you know, sir? Master Bruce?
Henri Ducard, the great detective, once told me that there's a feeling you get on a case sometimes. A feeling that comes when the pieces suddenly fit into place and the answer you've been looking for all that time begins to appear. The feeling, Ducard said, is like a remembering. Not so much a discovery of something new, as a remembering of what you knew all along. Something right in front of you. That feeling is the best indicator you have your answer, said Ducard. Earlier tonight, when Lincoln March gave me his short list of names, I felt it. I saw Joseph Powers' name on the list and I knew. Not just because he was responsible for the founding of the Gotham Aviary, for its exceptional collection of rare owls. Not because his finances seemed skewed, but because I felt it in my gut. That remembering. And now, here, I feel it again. Outside this building. I came to Harbor House when I was a boy. I was looking for the Court of Owls. That time, I found nothing. Not tonight. Tonight, the court goes down once and for all. No more hiding. No more plotting from the shadows. Tonight, their story ends. Their little song will be forgotten. Their name vanishes from Gotham's history. They know it too, rushing to meet here in the middle of the night. The report from Alfred is that many of the assassination attempts tonight were stopped. Most of the court's talons are down. And now I have them cornered. No security, no traps. Nothing can keep me from them. Not tonight. Not again. Damn you. Damn you all.
Master Bruce, you're not dressed. Don't forget you're meeting with the firm's bidding on the elevated park in less than an hour. I told you, I'm waiting on the gray, Alfred. Yes, well, it seems to have snuck up on you, sir. So, why don't you give me those morbid things so I may return them to their case, and you can start thinking about trees and ponds and a greener city. It doesn't make sense, Alfred. Members of the court taking their own lives just like that. I rather think it does, sir. You've taken the city back from them. Then there's the money. Money siphoned from the dead members' accounts in just the last few weeks. It feels more like a setup, like subterfuge. You saw the autopsies, Master Bruce. The court members are quite dead. Something doesn't fit about it, Alfred. There's something behind it. I can feel it. Someone close. Close all along. That may be, sir, but the answers will come. You now know the identities of at least several of the Court of Owls' major figureheads, and while their organization, as you've discovered, is clearly much larger than this one grouping, I'm certain you'll eventually bring them all to justice. If I may speak freely, sir, perhaps the thing that doesn't fit about this ending is that it is an ending.
I know when you were a boy you thought you might find answers to your parents' murder in the Court of Owls, and my suspicion is that perhaps you are hoping you might find more answers now. What gave you that idea? When it comes to them, to their murder, you are the answer to that mystery, Bruce Wayne. And that answer is enough. Now, put on that bloody suit and get out of here. All right, I'm going. Just call Roberts and tell him. Tell him what, sir? Tell him I won't be able to make it. I'm going after him, Alfred. But, sir, where are you? After who, Master Bruce? Sir, who? Him. The answer to all this. The one behind it. The one I forgot. Right behind you, old friend. Sinkholes are tricky things. They can form in more places than most people think. In cities, they form particularly quickly, often exacerbated by leaky pipes and overly heavy structures. Gotham has a sinkhole. Just one. It's the only one in Kane County, in fact. And it sits beneath this place, the Willowwood Home for Children. Years ago, it was Gotham's satellite hospital for children suffering from mental illness and neurological disorders. It operated until 18 years ago, when a sinkhole swallowed the orderlies' quarters. In the days that followed the catastrophe, the truth about Willowwood became clear. The abuses the children had been subjected to, the neglect, children alone, naked, rotting in their filth, left to starve. Now it sits abandoned, and children dare each other to spend the night inside. They say the sadness of the lost children caused the sinkhole. They say the place is haunted by their spirits. Tonight, I almost believe it. After all, I'm here to catch a dead man. I'm here. Ah! So, tell me, Batman, who am I? I don't know, but you're not Lincoln March, because Lincoln March doesn't exist. He's a paper man, set up by the Court of Owls. Good. So if I'm not Lincoln March, then who am I? You're a traitor and a thief. You were a member of the Court of Owls, but you betrayed them, just as everything was crumbling on them. You took money from the top members, you invited them to an emergency council, and you poisoned them. You made it look like they killed themselves. Meanwhile, you included your name on the list of targets. You had one of the Talons come after you, and you faked your own death. Not faked. No, not faked. You took the serum before the attack, the compound that brought the Talons back to life. The court will come after you, Lincoln. The members you killed were only a small handful of... Oh, they'll come after me, all right. But I'm pretty damned hard to kill now. You know, Bruce, for a while, there was a talk of training a new Talon before the serum was developed to allow for the waking of the Talon's past. There was even a suit developed, something tough and modern, something to rival the Batman. But all this gets away from the question, because you're telling me what I did, not who I am. So who, Bruce? Who? I know you have a theory. My theory? You were an inmate here at one time. Good. So tell me how you deduced that. Men like you, criminals, always leave clues behind. Not because you're sloppy, but because you're egotistical. You like to taunt your pursuers. So the sinkhole, the story you told me when I visited you in the hospital, after we were attacked at Old Wayne Tower, you were daring me to look deeper into you. You knew the records the Court of Owls created were too good to penetrate, but even so, you left a clue, a truth inside the lie. A truth inside the lie. Exactly just like with you. Like when I saw you fight that Talon during our first meeting, you were supposed to be an easy hit. The court said I could be there to watch, and when I saw what you were, the Batman, that's when I knew what I had to do, what I needed to become. But I saw who they were, too. The court. They said that Talon attacked me by accident, that he made a mistake. But I saw the truth in that lie, too. So who am I, Bruce? Go on. I was an inmate here as a child, and the court took me in. Why?
Because you were someone with nothing. Someone they could prop up and control. Someone they could create from scratch. Their own candidate, Lincoln March. No! Because of who I already was. Who I am!
You're making me angry, avoiding the question, Bruce. But if you won't answer it, answer this. How? What tipped you off? What sent you to the morgue?
Say it!
The pin. The pin. What pin?
In the story you told me, in Old Wayne Tower, about your mother's death, the car accident that killed her.
There's the lie. But where's the truth?
You mentioned a pin she wore, a misshapen heart pin, made of clay.
And?
You saw the picture of my mother wearing that pin, and you used it in your...
No, the truth in the lie, Bruce. That pin, it was only given to the mothers of children who lived here at Willowwood. So who am I, Bruce? Who, I ask, like the great owl? Who?
You're sick! You're nothing! You're
your brother, Bruce. I'm Thomas Wayne Jr., your brother that never was, from the other side of the mirror.
I don't have a brother!
Oh, but you were supposed to, though, remember? I know you do. Think back to before. I was there, in Mother's stomach. But there was an accident, Bruce. Remember? You were there. I was born early, born hurt. And our parents hid me here, at Willowwood, to heal away from the world.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Lincoln. What story the court concocted for you. But that's their mistake. My parents wouldn't do that. They wouldn't put a son of theirs, sick or not, in a place like this.
See, but it wasn't like this back then. At the time of the accident, it was a premier children's hospital. That is, until the funding dried up. When the hospital's biggest donors died, Thomas and Martha Wayne, tragically shot in an alley. You wanted to know if the court had anything to do with our parents' deaths, Bruce. The answer is no. They didn't. That was all your fault, brother. And I'm going to make you pay. So finish cutting through the net, and let's have this out once and for all. For the city of Gotham, Wayne to Wayne.
You're out of your mind.
Brother to brother.
Owl to bat!
That all you got, brother? Or are you just playing nice?
You're not my brother! You're a lunatic in a bird suit. And I was done playing nice a long time ago!
Is it my turn now? Good. It's a story as old as man, Bruce. Two brothers, sons of a fabled line.
like Romulus and Remus, Eteocles and Polynices, Bruce and Thomas, sons of Gotham, meant to share the city. But one brother always gets greedy and takes it all in those stories, doesn't he? He takes the city for his own and forgets his kin, leaves his fallen brother to rot, just like you did! Well, this time the story has a twist ending, Bruce, because this time the fallen brother wins in the end! Alright, Lincoln, you want to be my fallen brother so bad. Then start falling! Haha! Okay, you want to spend a little more time together first. I'm glad. Let's do it. You've had your Gotham for so long now. Let me show you mine. The city I knew from my bed at Willowwood. First, the Crown Tower. Nothing special to most people, just an office building. But on clear days from my bed, I could see Wayne Industries in the reflection. No way off the tour bus now, brother. Take a close look. See the kingdom as I did, every day, reversed and unnatural. Welcome to the other side of the mirror, Bruce! Now live as I did, right from the start. Feel yourself being born again as me in that car crash. You're like a bird dropped from the nest, smashed awake. Now you're a child. You're growing, but you're broken. Something is wrong. You can't move, can't talk. You can see, though. Through the barest of slits between your eyelids, you watch. Everyone thinks you're asleep inside. They're waiting for you to die. Every day you're supposed to, but you don't. Because you're alive in there. You're awake. You don't even know who you are, but you're someone. You feel it. Who, though? Who? And there's the woman. She comes often. She sits on your bed. You know she's your mother. She's the key. But you can't call to her. Can't move. And then one day she's on the television in your room. And you know. A revelation. Suddenly you know who you are, because the owls are there now too, whispering to you at night, telling you what you already knew all along, that you're Thomas Wayne Jr., a son of the city. Your parents are gone, but your brother is still out there, and you think to yourself, he'll come for me, won't he? He'll come for me. You wait every day, all day. The owls whispering as the house around you goes to hell. But he doesn't come. Only the owls come, and soon enough they save you from that place. They start to help you heal, fix your mind. Still, you wait for your brother. He must remember you. You know he does, but all you hear is the time passing, the big church bell ringing. Bong! 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 So, you finally accept it. You accept that your brother has forced you out of his mind so he can have it all. The whole city. and you accept that this reverse city is yours, the one your brother exiled you to. A pale reflection, a backward city that people enter but never leave. A Gotham that traps you in place. I mean that literally, Bruce. See the Gotham airport over there. The runways are all directed east for takeoff and west for landing. So all day I heard planes coming, never leaving, never ever leaving. And so ends our tour, brother. I'll watch the pieces of you come out the other side, scattered over the city you thought you knew so well, but didn't know at all. It's okay, Bruce. You can let go now. Your brother is watching over you, just as he always has. You must have felt it sometimes, Bruce. That sensation of being watched. Well, those were my eyes you felt. My eyes watching you day and night, hating you for not seeing me, for not looking back, hating you with every fiber in my body. And all that time you spent watching over your little kingdom, nose to the streets and windows. All that time, I was getting better, stronger with the owls, getting ready to become their king. All that time, you should have been watching your own back. And you should take your own advice. What's that supposed to? No!
Suit. Dead. Nothing left. No power. Can't hold on any longer. Nothing to hold on to. Not anymore. She looks so beautiful from up here. Dick, you always liked taking the plane, seeing the city this way. I see why. I try to let go, but even as I do, the city, she calls me back to her. She saves me. She reminds me. We still have work to do. Switch to high-velocity bat rope, now!
You just won't stay dead, will you, brother? Well, this time I'll make sure. This building, the tower that was supposed to be the centerpiece of your little Gotham initiative, now it'll be your tomb. Our tomb for a minute. The Wayne brothers. But I'll come back. The compound in my blood will make sure of that. And this time, you'll be the one left alone to rot, buried inside your own broken body. And you'll stay dead, not like all the other times. You remember the first time you came back, Bruce? It was back when I'd just finished healing under the owl's care. You'd been gone for years. You'd left to travel the world. And you disappeared. The court had said you died somewhere in the Himalayas, or the back alleys of Paris. I was healed, and the owl's plan was to present me to the city as myself, as Thomas Wayne Jr. I was going to bring the House of Wayne to its greatest heights with their help. But then you returned out of nowhere, and the court thought the spotlight on the Wayne family was too bright. So they came up with Lincoln March, a man I could become to reclaim the city for them in a different way. You'll be the beak of the great owl, they said. But that's not what I wanted, Bruce. I wanted the city in earnest. It was my time. Now I can never have it. I know that. But if I can't be this city's future, I'll be its secret past. I'll be the past come to get you. The Gotham of the dead. The Ghost City. All the ones you never looked back at in your arrogance. I'll stand for them. So die knowing this, brother. You're nothing but a footnote. A blip. Destined to be forgotten. Me. I am Gotham's history. Finally. Something we agree on! Ah! Run, Bruce! Run from the truth! Run like you always have! But when you feel that prickling on the back of your neck, know that I'm coming for you! Reaching for you from the other side of your reflection! The whole tower was destroyed, down to its foundation. I conducted a search privately and came up empty, too. No casualties. No bodies found in the wreckage at all. No, I'm just glad no one was hurt. What? Yes, Jim. I'm telling you all there is to know. There is no one I expected to find under there. Bruce? I have to go. All right. I snuck in before Alfred could tell me you don't want company right now. Don't worry, I'm just here to use the computer. No, I'm glad to see you, Dick. Huh. Well, you shouldn't be. I've planned on getting you back for that punch as soon as you were well. And honestly, you're looking better than I expected. How about an update first while you can still talk? The court? I'm still making inroads, following the money. But the truth is, their resources are staggering, and the maze they've made to hide their trail. Without a doubt, they're still out there. But they're hurting, and I'll make sure they keep hurting until I find them all. And wash away the stain of the court altogether. And the captured Talons? I've had them moved to a cryo prison beneath Black Gate. Wayne funded, of course. As for the ones who got away, we'll find them soon enough. Of course we will. Just a matter of time. I'll be seeing you, Bruce. Dick, wait. I assume Alfred told you about Lincoln March's claims. He did, but with how things have been between us lately, honestly, I didn't want to pry. No, I'd like you to know. There was another Wayne child. I was 3 when my mother was pregnant with him. We were in a car accident together. I don't remember the accident, but there's a record. The child was born premature, with neurological damage, severe enough that he would have remained in a permanent vegetative state had he lived through the initial trauma. He didn't live, though? He did. For a single night. Hospital records at Gotham Mercy suggest he was born under duress, named and immediately intubated. He died 12 hours later. But for one night, here in Gotham, I did have a brother. Forgive me, Bruce, but playing devil's advocate, is it in any way possible that your brother survived that first night at Mercy, and that afterwards my parents secretly moved him to Willowwood for treatment? Are you asking if I think they could have falsified the records?
Then the answer is no. I don't believe they could. I investigated the Mercy records from all angles, and there's no sign they were falsified. Good. So you have your answer, and you can move on. I was also able to dig up some of the original pencil and paper records from Willowwood, and there was a John Doe, a baby, admitted about a week after Thomas was supposed to have died. The records also show that my mother visited the hospital often, but she visited every charity she funded often. The heartpin could easily have been honorary. All of this is evidence the court would have used to convince Lincoln he was my brother. But in the end, if what you're asking is whether it's possible that Lincoln's story is true, all I can say is that without his DNA, I can't know for sure. Hell, there's no way to know if Lincoln's claim to be Thomas wasn't part of the court's plan. Maybe they sacrificed some members themselves and put him up to it, to throw me off their trail, or buy time. It's still a mystery, for now. And you're all right with that? No, I'm not. But I suppose in this city, I have to be. Well, that's very big of until I find that evidence. The Court of Owls tried to undermine everything I believe in, but one thing they could never make me question is my belief in my parents. If Thomas Jr. had lived past that one night, they'd have told me. They would have. I know it. I believe what you believe, Bruce, but still, if Thomas was never supposed to recover, if it was hopeless? Look, all I'm saying is that sometimes protecting the people you care about from a painful truth and carrying it as a private pain instead, I now see that it can be a noble thing, you know? Dick, listen. I know it must have been hard, finding out that you were meant to be a Talon, to be one of the Owls. Well, thank you, I'm not done. I know it might seem like I saved you from that destiny, but you could never have been one of them. Never. They might have seen something in you back then, but so did I. And the truth is, I didn't save you from some dark fate those years ago. You saved me from one. And you still are saving me every day. Damn it, Bruce. Now I can't hit you. I'll just have to do it some other time. It's fine, though. I'll just sneak up and surprise you. You'll try. So, you going to rebuild? The tower? I am. Taller. In fact, I am redoubling my efforts with the initiative. Well, it's nice to know that the Owls didn't scare Bruce Wayne back into his cave. The opposite, actually. It's strange, Dick. Lately, right up until all this with the court, I'd come to think of the city as mine. As Batman's. Even with the initiative, part of me was doing it to have more lookouts, more bases for Batman rather than for the city itself. But I see now that I was wrong. Because Gotham isn't Batman. Gotham isn't the Owls. Gotham is all of us. It's a little bit Batman. Come on. In the end, I have to say I'm grateful to the Court of Owls for the lesson. But even so, if they reemerge, when they reemerge, I'll be watching. Always. Years ago, from the desk of Jarvis Pennyworth. To my dear son Alfred, shadows move within Wayne Manor, and I feel that I may no longer be safe. But frightened as I am for myself, I am more frightened for you, Alfred. Should I not survive the journey home to Britain, it is imperative that you read what I have to say. You've long known that it is your duty to fulfill my role with the Waynes upon my retirement or passing. I know you believe that I want this for you, and I did, Alfred. For a long time, I did, but no longer. I implore you, dear son, if you take only one line from this hurried letter, let it be this. Never come to this house. Never. For you see, there's a secret to the House of Wayne, known only to those who have served the family. And that secret is this, Alfred.
This family, this house, the very ground I now walk, is cursed. If only I had seen it sooner, Alfred. If only I'd understood. But I was blind. Or blinded, rather. Blinded by the grandeur of the Waynes, by the storied history of their line. I couldn't see the darker legacy, the shadows behind the portraits, or the danger, the terrible danger. I see you. I see you, Jarvis Pennyworth, and I'm coming for you, old man. To think I may never see you again, Alfred. Never see you laugh or perform on the stage. Never see you marry or raise children of your own. Come on, you bloody... It's more than I can bear. I cannot tell you, son, how I regret not seeing more of you these last few years. Please know that I thought of you often, and in my own mind, in my heart, I believed that all the effort, all the time spent serving Martha and Thomas Wayne and their young son, that all of it was for you, Alfred. For I was convinced that in doing my best to serve, to help in my own way to improve this home and this family, I was making a better future for you. Especially when it came to young Master Wayne, whom I knew you would one day serve. I loved and cared for him so that he would one day care for you. At least, this is what I believed then. Perhaps I was lying to myself, though, Alfred. Perhaps I simply lost myself in the happiness of those days, that young family. But they were happy times, my son. Know that, too. For a while, at least. I've had it, Thomas. The mayor has shut down another 5 schools. That corrupt, short-sighted idiot. You know it's only because the schools haven't figured out a way to pay him off. It's disgusting.
Well, he'll get an earful the next time he comes knocking at our door for fundraising.
We need to do more than that, Thomas. It's time. You know it too. I want Gotham to be a place that any son of ours would be proud to call home. What do you think, Jarvis? Time for all of us to venture out of the nest? A fine idea, madam. How wrong we were, though, my son. I hesitate as I write this, because the temptation to blame all that followed on Martha Wayne is incredibly powerful. And particularly since I am writing this to you, my son, I am ashamed to tell the truth. You see, what happened to the Waynes, and whatever might happen to me, is entirely my own fault. Locked? But how? There is the cold, hard truth, my boy. It is I who... No! It is I who have doomed us all. The hour is late, my boy, my Alfred. If I do not escape soon, I fear I will never leave these wretched grounds. Death's shadow draws closer with every passing moment. I fear for my life, but more for the secret horrors I have unleashed. Ah! Not only upon the Lady Martha and Master Thomas, but the very legacy of the Wayne family. You see, Martha had resolved herself to the creation of a new school for Gotham's underprivileged, its forgotten children. She believed that through this school she could shape the city into something brighter for young Master Bruce. And for her second child, who was nearly due to be born, I spent my days caring for Bruce as his mother tended to her plans and to her pregnancy. Even at 3 years old, Bruce was an exceptional child, smart and kind. I knew you would love him one day as I do. But now, none of that will come to pass. Jarvis, can you come in here for a moment?
Yes, madam.
Gather up Bruce and get him ready for bed. I'll be up just after this call. I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. No, I beg your pardon, sir. These men said they represented the city. Who the hell else would I think? You don't appreciate my tone! These men threatened my unborn child. If they call again, I promise that the lawyers of both the Kane and Wayne families will come down on you so fast your head will spin. How does that sound to you? Run up to your room now, Master Bruce. Just let them try to stop me. In a city like Gotham, there will always be those who stand firmly against progress. My entire life I had heard rumors, rhymes, and deadly superstitions of such figures. My father even told me once never to push a Wayne toward greatness. Happiness is a more worthy goal, and far less deadly. I never took the admonition seriously until the day I received that fateful call. Wayne Manor, Jarvis speaking. How may I help you?
Ah, Mr. Pennyworth, just the man I wish to reach. I need you to listen very carefully. The next time you take Mrs. Wayne into the city, you will take her to Dock 17 at the Gotham Marina for a conversation between friends.
Why would I ever
fail to comply? And I promise you, it won't be pleasant for you or your masters, past, present, and future.
Who is this? Who the hell do you think? Madam, I've just received a call. A threatening call. The mayor's goons still want to frighten me, do they? I think they'll find I don't scare easy. I have a suspicion this might be bigger than City Hall. They want me to take you to some unwatched corner of the docks. Well, I guess we're not going to docks then, are we? No, of course not, madam. But in your condition, I still must urge caution. Jarvis, in my condition or not, I will not be terrorized in my own city. Now let's get the car ready. I've promised Bruce I'd show him the grounds for the new school. I'm brave, Mommy. You're the bravest boy in Gotham, Bruce. Always will be. Martha's hope and purity of spirit pushed me to agree, but I knew in my heart I should have insisted that we stay home. I had my suspicions now as to what figures haunted the Waynes. The owl in the window had sealed my tread. I could hear that silly rhyme growing louder in the back of my head the closer we got to the school grounds, the closer we got to that damned intersection on the corner of Lincoln and March. Screeching metal, burning rubber and fire, followed by perfect blackness. A blackness punctuated by the screams of the injured Martha Wayne. That's what I remember of that terrible night, Alfred. The screams and the blood. Mine, hers, Bruce's, on my face, my hands. Oh, my boy, the blood. Lady Martha had taken the brunt of the crash, shielding young Bruce from danger, and the trauma of the accident had caused the early birth and loss of her unborn child. The days following the crash were the blackest. Martha was so consumed by sadness. One night, I actually overheard her whispering to Master Thomas as though their unborn son was still alive. When she saw me approach, she seemed horrified at her own words. To honor their lost baby, and perhaps to expedite the healing, the Waynes planted a willow tree on the edge of the Wayne cemetery, so he might look over the family for generations to come. But the tree brought no closure for any of us, and so Master Thomas decided it would be best if they left the country for the summer, so they might heal away from the city. As I helped him pack his belongings, I wished deep in my heart that I could simply forget the trauma of these days, like young Master Bruce. That I could reclaim the sheer joy of life I had experienced just a few short months ago.
but the back of my mind itched with the original threat that sent us out on the road that fateful afternoon. And when the phone rang a second time this evening, I knew who would be on the line.
You didn't go where we told you, Mr. Pennyworth, but we still took what we wanted. The school is gone, and a little Wayne, too. Now that our larger work is done, the eyes of the owls have turned toward you.
What do you mean?
Jarvis Pennyworth, we are a powerful enemy to have in Gotham, not just for you, but for those you love, your own family, your son, Alfred.
You leave my son alone, you monsters! You hear me?
We watch you at your hearth. We watch you in your bed.
Tonight, Alfred, the shadows haunting Wayne Manor have come for me. My goal, my only goal, is to reach you, my dear son, and hold you again. But should we never meet again in this lifetime, remember these simple truths. Remember my love for you. Forgive me for all my many fatherly sins, and know I tried my hardest to create a better life for you. And remember, please, to fear Gotham City. Never visit, even in the event of my passing. This is a cursed place, a place that tricks you into loving it, into hoping. And the Wayne grounds, they are the most unholy of all, these lovely grounds. But I must hurry. I trust that if I should die, this warning will reach you and keep you safe from harm. With deep love and regret, your father, Jarvis Pennyworth. Present day. The flowers are beautiful, Alfred. I'm sure your father would have loved them. I'm not sure he would. He never did have time for my little eccentricities. Acting, botany. He was always pestering me to take up a trade more sensible for my upcoming life here at the manor. As if anything could have prepared me for my life these past years. Certainly not my father, no matter what shape his death actually took. So this is about my finding the Pennyworth name in the Owl's Labyrinth. We can learn the truth, Alfred. Unearth the body and determine the real cause of death. This isn't about cause of death, Master Bruce. I won't deny there's a specter of design to the discoveries of these last few weeks. The re-emergence of my father's name. A man who died violently, a few weeks after your mother miscarried the brother you never knew you lost. Which is why I think it's our responsibility to act. We are acting, each in our own way. I remember the cloud of darkness when I first came to this place. At the time, I truly felt that the manor was cursed, somehow haunted. I suppose it was, in a way. I imagine the accident would have loomed large during your first year. It was more than that. Did you know I never came to visit my father here? I barely knew him when he died. And yet, in those early years, I felt him hovering over me, like a force trying to impart something. But there was nothing I could do but try to live up to the man he wanted me to be. My point, Master Bruce, is that I've already spent a lifetime trying to dig up a sense of who my father was. I have no desire to literalize the process. If the Court of Owls had anything to do with my father's death, your actions these past few weeks have been tribute enough. We could know for sure, Alfred. But that's just it, Master Bruce. I already know everything I need to know about my father, just as you do about your deceased brother and the outlandish claims of Lincoln March. You know I'll find Lincoln, Alfred. I will find the truth. You'll find the facts. The truth is that even if you and Lincoln share the same blood, you still lost your brother in a car accident when you were just a boy. I know you'll do what you must when the time arises, but for now, the specters of these long-lost kin deserve to rest. undisturbed.